and I am a life coach and meditation teacher. I'm thinking that I'm live now, but I'm not quite sure because this new version of live seems to be a little glitchy. Okay, there we go. It looks like I am live now. Hi, my name is Camy Kennedy, and I am a mindset and life coach for high achievers and perfectionists. And I actually teach meditation at Prima Elements here locally in Fayetteville. And the reason I do this is because especially high achievers, perfectionists, people that have a lot on their plate and really want to get a lot done, we have a tendency to have a lot of self-judgment, have a lot of anxiety, have a lot of self-doubt, and sometimes feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to do a meditation today based on aligning energies, based on really stepping into productivity instead of feeling overwhelmed, and allowing any types of anxiety, worry, obsessive thinking to kind of just flow through and melt through you. So if you're jumping on here for the first time, I'd love for you to just pop a comment in and say hello. Because once I go into the meditation portion, I won't be able to see your comments. I won't be interacting with the comments because I will be guiding the meditation. But I would love to see, have you meditated before? Are you a beginner? Do you already have a meditation practice? Just type it in the chat just so that we know kind of where you're at. Typically, I work mostly with beginners. I'm going to take a sip of water. And so what I really do is I help to teach about meditation, what it is, what it isn't, what the expectations are. So first things first, if you have a phone, go ahead and put it on airplane mode. I like to do that just to remind myself so that I don't get interrupted with a call. A couple things of what meditation is not. Meditation, the purpose of it is not to just silence your thoughts, quit thinking. That's not really something that's achievable or attainable. So I don't like to set the expectation that that's what it is, right? Really what it is becoming mindful and aware of what's going on in your head, what's going on in your thoughts, what's going on in your body, and just noticing your energy and any obsessive thinking that may come up and how it is potentially misaligning you during the day. I do want to talk about distractions because, right now I have a distraction of this screen is flashing right in front of me. The connection doesn't seem to be too great. And I know Facebook just kind of transitioned over to a new Facebook Live platform. So talking about distractions, the purpose of distractions is just to bring our attention back to our breath. That's what I'll be calling you back to. I also have 2 dogs in the room with me right now. You may have some people in your house with you, some animals in your house with you, or some noises going on outside. I have noises going on outside right now. I think they are reseeding the grass or they're doing something to the grass. So I can hear this noise going on outside. Now, this is a great opportunity to experience this mindfulness in just noticing the sound and then recentering and coming back to your breath. It's funny because in our neighborhood, right around 10 or 10:30, the bus comes through and they honk the horn on the bus because they're delivering those meals to all the kids in the neighborhood. They honk the horn incessantly for about 30 minutes. And I remember first time hearing it, I was like sitting outside, wanting to meditate, ground myself. And I was finding myself getting so irritated about this horn, and I didn't know what it was. So the first thought I had about the horn was, this is really annoying. Why is somebody honking their horn? Why are they so angry, right? I already projected that they were angry and honking the horn because it was bringing up feelings of anger and annoyance in me. Yet, during that process where I was sitting, quieting myself, journaling, meditating, I thought, what a gift right now that this horn is actually honking incessantly. It gives me an opportunity to focus back in on what it is I'm doing. It also gives me an opportunity to choose my thoughts. And in that moment, I didn't remember that the bus was coming through honking the horn. But what I decided to think, instead of wow, this person's really annoying. Who would honk their horn that much? I shifted into, oh, I bet right now they're doing a birthday parade for somebody and everybody in the neighborhood's getting together and they're doing a birthday parade and they're all honking their horns. And so even me just shifting my thought into, okay, the horn is happening. The horn is happening regardless. And I can choose to create a story that is either going to be beneficial and allow me to stay grounded and move through it, or I can create a story that's going to cause anger, anxiety, frustration about this horn that I can't do anything about. So that was a good experience in my life to help me ground myself, recenter myself, and get back to present. So I wanted to use that as an example as well as we go along here. So I'm going to first ask you to just find a seat. Either it's on the ground or it's on a chair. If you're on a chair, go ahead and place your feet flat on the ground. That is going to do what's called grounding and kind of center you and ground you into the earth. You can push your hands and you can gently place them on your thighs, or you can just rest them comfortably in your lap, whatever you'd like to do. Some people will listen to this and they will also want to do this while they're laying down. That's totally fine. If you're watching the replay, you have the option to pause it and get completely comfortable and then press play and then start the meditation. Okay. I'm going to try something and see if I can. Yes, I can. Just click cross post. This is fun. Learning technology along the way. So I'm first going to introduce some music for us just to make sure we can hear it. So I'm going to click over here and get some good music flowing on the topic of productivity as well, because it's kind of what we're talking about, is being able to get things done in our household if we are still working, or maybe there's just things that we'd like to get done during this time since we have more time. There is a resource here. I'm on YouTube right now, and there is a company called Green Red Productions, and it is relaxing music. And it's supposed to boost serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and it's binaural beats. So I just wanted to give that resource because that's what I have playing in the background. I find whenever I'm trying to focus and get things done on my computer, I'll put this music in my ears, and it just allows me to be centered and to ground myself as I go through that process. Okay. So what I'm going to first have you do is just grab a seat comfortably. You can start to lower your gaze. You can find a spot to look at, looking directly down, and you can have your eyes maybe 9/10 of the way closed, or you can completely close them if you'd like. Just start to make a connection with that breath. Start to just notice the sounds around you. This can be a fun time or a funny time for you as well. The reason I say that is because you might just hear funny noises in your household. I can hear my dog making licking noises, which is funny. Because we don't always hear it. A lot of the times we tune it out. Sometimes you might hear the hum of the air conditioner or fan, or you might even hear your computer. But just kind of search around the room, around your environment. Search with your ears to connect with the sounds. And remember, there's really no meaning to those sounds except for the meaning that we give them. So if we decide that they're going to annoy us, then they will. If we decide that we're just going to visit the sound, just notice it, visit it, and maybe release it as it is what it is. Or you can even choose to believe it's here to serve me. I'm listening to the hum of this machine outside, and I'm just laughing a little bit. How beautiful it is that I have the opportunity to lead a meditation live. with the sound of this humming lawnmower outside. I believe that's a gift for me as a teacher, to operate with these distractions all around me. I believe it's an opportunity for me to up level as we all sit together in awareness and mindfulness, just what may trigger us. Now, just pick a sound within the room and really focus in on it. You may notice your ears. Actually notice your ear canals. You may notice the tips of the ears, the edges. You may notice the sound as it hits your eardrums. What a miracle sound is. You can hear it. It travels through the air, passes through our eardrums, goes through our brain, and we give it some type of meaning. Focus in on that one sound that you've chosen to listen to. Allow that to become the predominant sound in the room. You might hear other sounds coming through. Choose to refocus in and see if you can find a rhythm to the sound you're hearing. What you may even do to keep yourself focused on that sound, you can repeat it verbally in your head. So for example, this mower I hear outside, to me it sounds like hum, drum, drum, hum, drum, drum. So I can choose to just say that sound in my head and align with the sound. I just added another layer to this experience, made it kind of fun and interactive. Meditation doesn't have to be boring or hard. It is what staying connected with those ears, staying connected with the sound. Now, as you're connected with the sound, also looking inward, feeling into our chest, torso, and abdomen. Let's lengthen the spine up. Readjust that posture if we need to. We're going to start to connect with our breath, just breathing normally, however you normally breathe. Listening to the sound, focusing in on the rising and the fall of the chest. Maybe allowing a gentle smile across the mouth. Remind yourself that you're sitting here in this moment, in this time. By spending this time focusing in and grounding, we're able to align our energies. We're able to tap into some positivity, maybe changing around a few stories, and ultimately stepping away today with more focus, energy to take those aligned actions, to set our priorities for the rest of the day. First thing here, as we're connected with that breath, go ahead and start to just notice the lungs, notice that breathing pattern. Start to feel a sense of gratitude that our lungs and our diaphragm just continues to allow us to breathe each day. We don't have to think about breathing, it just happens. But also when we connect with our breath, we can start to go deeper in, taking deeper breaths, filling up the belly with air, exhaling it out. As we go deeper with these breaths, it allows us to drop deeper and deeper into our meditation practice today. The purpose here is to take us from a state of overthinking, of high anxiety, of operating in gamma brain waves, and to drop us down through into beta brain, to alpha brain, and ultimately into theta brain waves. Just means relaxing. It just means not focusing and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. Taking a relaxing breath and dropping in and just focusing in on one thing at a time. And even asking the question, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. Continue the breath. Looking for that next thought to come through, allowing it to come through. And noticing that when you do that, there's a sense of stillness because now we're noticing. And you may imagine looking into your mind's eye and looking across a movie screen and waiting for that next thought. Saying, I wonder what that next thought is going to be. You may envision a blank screen in your mind. You're just watching it and waiting. Good. You're doing good as you focus on the blank screen of your mind. And you may notice resistant thoughts coming through. You may notice a stillness and a gap between the thoughts, where you're just observing yourself. Now that we're sitting up here in the room of our mind, on a chair of whatever your favorite color is, facing that blank screen, like a movie screen, now we can choose what to project up onto the screen, what we want to see and visualize upon that screen. Let's ask the question to ourselves, how do I want to feel today? word may have popped into your head, an emotion of how you want to feel. Go ahead and center that word in front of you on the movie screen. You can visualize it. It can be any color. Maybe it's dancing or moving. Maybe it's glistening. Maybe it's sparkling with glitter. But as you look at the actual word, a word has a meaning within us. A word has a feeling and an emotion. Start to notice what focusing on this word creates for you. Start to notice any areas of your body that become loosened. As you breathe in the essence of this word, of this feeling, start to notice what happens. As you allow that emotion to fill up every area of your body, you can imagine it as a light. Just embodying that feeling from fingertips to toes, from the top of your head through the torso, down through the legs, the whole body, vibrating with this emotion, feeling what it feels like to sit with this emotion, with this word. And now that you're sitting with this word, take your attention back up to that movie screen. I want you to think of a specific situation, scenario, conversation that is really the epitome of this word and this feeling. What are you doing in this moment? Who are you being in this moment? Who is with you? What are you experiencing? Can you actually reach out and touch something? Can you smell something in this experience? What has happened for you in this moment? Put yourself in that moment of receiving whatever this is, allowing it, having joy and peace within it. Maybe it's bliss, abundance, love. Allow yourself to sit with the feeling. Continue to visualize for a moment. Taking a few deep breaths to embody this feeling once again. And exhale, release, and wipe that screen clean. We are back to a blank screen sitting on the chair of our minds. Just notice how your body feels in this moment. Notice what happens when we choose to create our own story. It can shift our physiology, our feelings, our thoughts in a positive direction. This is something we can do in any circumstance. We're moving forward into setting our intentions for the remainder of the day. Moving away from overthinking. Maybe even moving away from overplanning. And maybe moving into allowing and flow. Asking, how can I be more in flow today? Up on that blank screen of your mind, think of what big energetic thing on your to-do list has been just dragging you down. Visualize it right now. It might be a stack of papers, stack of laundry, maybe an old project that's halfway finished. It's the first thing that comes up on the screen of your mind to focus on, to move through, and to finalize and complete today. By doing this one thing, it will free up energy to do other things. Take note of it now. And ask, how will I feel when this has been completed? I feel a sense of release. I feel like a weight has been lifted. Remember, this is something on your to-do list that you are able to start or move farther on, progress, or even finish. The things that we have control over that are on our to-do list. But and set the intention that you are checking the box, completing that item off your list. And wipe the screen clean back to a blank white screen. Let's find one more thing. What's the next heaviest thing? The thing that each day you're like, oh, I should do that. Bring it up onto the screen of your mind. It's right there, draining your energy each and every day as you think about it and as we decide to not do it. Focus in on it. Forgive yourself for having procrastinated until now. It's okay. And make a decision today that you are going to get started or progress or complete this item off your checklist today. Just get it done. It will free up so much energy. Then you can move on to those fun things, those energizing things, playtime. Go ahead and envision yourself marking off the check mark in the box. It's completed. And exhale, release. Wipe that screen clean. And before we come back, I want you to actually sit in your chair, look up at the screen and imagine from right now in the present, you can look 3 years forward, 5 years forward, maybe even 10 years forward. And imagine that you're watching your own future unfold. You're watching yourself on the movie screen. What do you look like? Are you different? How do you show up? Are you being different? Maybe if that's a hard question, then look around at the things that you've created 5 or 10 years from now. What's with you? What's around you? And just notice and understand, get an understanding of how you are different, of how you've grown, you've become something more. And seek to align yourself with this growing, learning, knowing, and understanding. When we have that vision of the future, what that's going to look like, then we can commit to simply getting 1% better each day. Give yourself gratitude in this moment for sitting through a meditation. This is potentially part of your future self. One of the things that's needed to progress. Go ahead and wipe that screen clean and bring your attention back into your body, back into your feet, pressed into the ground firmly, back into your hands, touching or resting the thighs, bringing awareness into wherever the chair or couch is, pressing into you, supporting you, holding you. Bringing awareness back into the fingertips, wiggling the toes. Maybe you want to gently open your eyes now. You need to stretch around, move around. Just remind yourself that we've come back into the room, back into our bodies. And just shake it out. So as we finish up this meditation, you may be feeling very clear. You should be feeling pretty clear on 2 of those things on your to-do list that you are going to take some action on and moving towards today. I would recommend doing some journaling, writing those things down, asking for some accountability from someone in your household or from a friend to say, hey, these are the things I'm going to complete today and I intend on completing them. And then maybe doing some journaling around that future vision of yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, what that looked like, what that felt like, what are those words and feelings you want to cultivate more of, and start to put that out in front of you each day. Maybe you write it in a journal, maybe you put it up on a vision board or on a dry erase board and start to set some intentions as you move forward and progress. Thank you for being here with me today and sitting with me. I invite you to like my coaching page, which is official Camy Kennedy. Reach out to me, connect with me if you'd like further support or assistance. I'm happy to hop on a connection call with you, and have a blessed rest of your day.